start with folks in the room, and then we will popcorn it over to our folks in the Zoom space. So actually Microsoft Teams space, sorry. So I will start with Melissa. Do you want to start us off? All right, and then we'll just kind of go around the table.
So Melissa Martz, Pikes Peak Area Agency on Aging.
Kristen Amundsen, Goodwill of Colorado.
Valerie Anders with Silver Key.
Deanna Rumsey, Member at Large.
Ben Liu, AmeriCorps Vista Volunteer with PPACG.
Aaron Sombrero, Silver Key.
Wonderful. And I will popcorn it over to, I see Mark. Mark, you want to go ahead? Oh, Mark, I see you're unmuted, but we're not hearing you. There we go.
Are we there now?
Yes.
Hello, this is Mark. I'm with Fountain Valley Senior Center.
Wonderful. Jacob.
Good morning, everybody. This is Jacob Madsen, Planning Supervisor with Mountain Metro Transit.
Rosa.
Good morning, everyone. Rosa with the City of Fountain.
Ronnie, can you hear us? Okay. Potentially, Ronnie has stepped away, and that is okay. All right. So then we will move. Oh yeah, there we go. Kathy, sorry about that. I'm looking up on my screen. Kathy.
Yeah, Kathy Lowry, Teller Senior Coalition.
Fantastic. All right. Did I miss anyone else? I don't think so. Okay. All right. We are ready to move on. So we will do the agenda approval. So do I have a motion to approve the agenda as it currently sits?
So moved.
All right. So I have a motion to move.
Valerie.
Valerie. And then do I have a second?
Second.
All right, so then I have a second from Aaron. So I have a motion to move and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, seeing nor hearing no opposition, the agenda is approved as it currently sits. All right, consent items. We have the approval of the minutes from the August 27th meeting. So do I have a motion to approve those minutes from the August 27th meeting?
Kristen Amundsen, motion to approve.
Okay, so I have a motion to approve. Do I have a second?
Valerie Anders, second.
All right, so I have a motion and a second to approve the minutes from the August 27th meeting as they currently sit. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? All right, seeing nor hearing no opposition to the approval of the minutes from the August 27th meeting, those minutes are moved and approved. All right, moving right along. Public comments and presentations.
So, Madam Chair, I'll ask anyone who's online who is not a member of the MCC to please use the raise hand function and let us know that they'd like to provide public comment. In the meantime, I will let the committee know that we did not receive any advance requests for public comment, and we did not receive any written public comment that we would have submitted to the committee members in advance of the meeting. Going through that, I do not see any hands raised in the virtual space. So, Madam Chair, I think we can proceed to the next item at your discretion.
Okay, wonderful, fantastic. It does not appear that we have any action items. Is that correct? And I am, okay, correct, fantastic. And no membership appointments at this time, although I will let everyone know that we will be having conversations about not only membership appointments, but also board positions as we kind of progress throughout the remainder of the calendar year. Community guest and provider presentations, do we have any of those? No? Okay. All right, I'm seeing some heads. All right, training and information sharing. So this is one of my favorite parts of the meeting. I will go on mute and allow the members who are currently present for the meeting to go ahead and share out some wonderful and exciting things that are happening in their organizations so that we can support them and just get information out to everyone else. So anyone have any information they'd like to share?
So I'll go ahead and lead for Aaron Smarero from Silver Key. So we were very fortunate to receive 8 of our minibuses that the MMOF funds provided. So as of today, we have 3 of those 8 on the road. We're currently working to get the rest on the road. And I was told yesterday by our maintenance manager, Brad Vandenberg, that fleet manager, Brad Vandenberg, that we're going to have the 3 buses that were being built today or tomorrow.
They're going to show up today or tomorrow?
Today or tomorrow, Val. So he told me that as I was walking out the door yesterday. But again, there'll be a couple weeks of us getting them set and inspected, outfitted, and then ready to go on the road. So we're really happy. All that, was some time in the making, and it's now there. So hey, it's happening. We're going to be able to retire some older vehicles that keep breaking down on us. So this is a good thing.
It's all good. I'm just like, I don't have the money in the right spot.
Well.
Well, that is super exciting. Thank you so much for sharing that with us,
Yep.
Aaron. We will celebrate with you accordingly. Anyone else in the room? And then we'll popcorn it over to our folks in the virtual space. Yes, Melissa.
So I would just like to formally introduce Ben. I don't recall if he's been in an MCC meeting yet, correct? I know we've been doing lots of onboarding and sending him all over the place. I would like to officially thank, I'm jumping all over the place here for a second. I would like to thank Silver Key and Invita. I don't know if anybody from Invita has gotten on the call yet. Oh, but look, Sagan's just walking in the door. I want to thank you guys for already doing ride-alongs with Ben. That's been lovely, bringing him kind of out in the community, showing him how the bus systems are working, the transit systems, getting to interact with the drivers and all of that. And so Ben is here as a VISTA volunteer. So just to kind of share for people who aren't really familiar with VISTA programs, it's kind of like the Peace Corps for the United States. And so it's run out of AmeriCorps, which is, also part of kind of the Peace Corps. And they, the federal government provides funding. It's a stipend resource for folks to provide a year of service. Hello, Sagan. Welcome. To provide a year of service to a community. And oftentimes people come from outside of the community to provide their service, which is what is the case with Ben. And this has been a long time coming for us to have Ben and his position here with the Pikes Peak Council of Governments. Laura Cruz, really wanted to create a mobility travel training program, going off of the city's program where they had that senior ambassador program for years. Laura wanted to grow that into something a lot bigger that encompasses all of the different types of travel options in the Colorado Springs kind of region. And then helping folks be able to access that, older adults and people with disabilities, be able to access those resources and kind of get some training on how to ride the bus and how to ride the different specialized transit programs, whatever kind of fits their needs. And so we're looking forward to a year of Ben working on that. And upcoming in the next probably 3 weeks or so, he and a couple of other folks are going to travel to Boulder and kind of learn more about their Mobility for All program up there. So that'll be a real interesting field trip for them to go on and kind of see how that program has grown over all the years. It's actually managed by Angel Bond. I don't know if anyone in this room actually knew Angel when she was here. I'm seeing a head nod. And so she's running that program up in Boulder. So kind of, full circle coming here. Of course, it's, it is going to be quite different here in Colorado Springs when it gets launched, but there's plenty of interesting, good ideas that are happening up there to help guide Ben with what he's doing. He is scheduled to do some other ride-alongs with the rest of you guys I think this week and then ongoing. So thank you again to everybody who's doing that with him. The PPACG does have Laura's position posted. Hopefully some of you guys saw it. We did send it out probably 2 or 3 weeks ago now. And I do not have an update if that position is closing soon and interviews will be starting. I do not know the details on that. But definitely next month we'll probably know a lot more and possibly even have a person hired by next month. So I think that's all I wanted to share, but I do want to have Ben take a few minutes and just kind of comment. Oftentimes, Vista volunteers are folks that are recently out of college and are taking kind of a year off to kind of get more involved in communities. And so, but then also they could come from anywhere. But Ben happens to be somebody who is recently out of college. And so, Ben, if you could just share a little bit about where you studied, what you studied, and maybe one thing that you've just recently kind of learned in the last 2 weeks.
Sure, yeah. First, I'd like to thank you all for having me here. I look forward to working with you guys. Thank you, Aaron and Sagan, for having me for the ride-alongs. Those were very informative. Yeah, so I'm from New Jersey. I studied at University of Illinois for 6 years, so I really consider myself from Illinois at this point. Yeah, I got into urban planning, transportation planning, because I saw that most cities in America just aren't very good at that. So, and I just from personal experience, I know that people that like are elderly, like I am a caretaker at home, like my parents are very old at this point, and my stepdad used to be very good at driving. He can't do that anymore. So this program actually, like, it's very informative for my personal life as well. But so AmeriCorps, the whole point of AmeriCorps is to alleviate poverty, and poverty is much more than income. It's much more than monetary. It's more also about accessibility. It's about, can people get what they need? Can people participate in society, in the economy? Right now, what that looks like for me, the first part of AmeriCorps Vista, for any Vista volunteer, is to understand what the community that they're serving looks like, how poverty looks like in that area. And it looks different for every area. It might not be like abject poverty, but it could be just like people that are just not able to participate in society as easily. And that's I think that the work that the Mobility Coordination Committee is doing is very, very important for that reason. I think it's I genuinely think that it's probably like I want to say that I want it to reflect basically just good transportation for all, but basically just getting people to participate again in society. But yeah, that's kind of the why I'm doing things. So yeah, thanks. No, they're not. They're in New Jersey. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. My sister's at home to help take care of them too. So, yeah.
Well, thank you, Ben, for sharing that, and welcome to the committee. You are more than welcome, and you picked a good day to show up because we got lots of snacks and goodies, which is always a nice way to welcome somebody. I will just pause here for a second. I'll let Sagan say hello and introduce herself, and then we'll move on to more information sharing.
Hi everyone, sorry I was running a little late today. My name is Sagan Faulkner, and I am the Outreach and Development Manager at Invita.
Wonderful, thank you. All right, anyone else in the room have things that they'd like to share with the group? Okay. All right, well then I will popcorn it over into our virtual space and ask anyone online, feel free to come off mute and or raise your hand and we can call on you, whatever feels right for you to share with the group.
So this is Melissa again. I have two things. I do see that Paul from the Independence Center has joined us. And so I don't know if Paul wants to come off mute, introduce himself, and just give any updates of things that might be happening at the Independence Center. And then if not, I noticed that, I think, Ben, you might have brought it, but I'm not sure, the CDOT report that's over by the sign-in sheet. I wonder if you could grab that and maybe just give a little brief overview of what that is for the group. That would be great.
So the CDOT meeting was a 4P meeting, so project priority programming and process meeting. Most of it goes over like budgets, fiscal year 2023, 2024 budgets. This is like, very informative. I think I can try to see if I can get people copies of this. But what stood out to me was, so most of it is just going over bridges, roads, surface treatment, not really that relevant to us, frankly, in culverts. But what I found relevant was the grants that that one of the CDOT planners went over. So there are several grants that I think could be useful. Like I asked, I think his name is Jeffrey, about many of these programs, and I described what MCC does. And I described basically that we're trying to start a program that can, do what it says, coordinate all the mobility providers better. And he did talk to me about maybe some the RAISE grant, which is Rebuilding American Infrastructure with Sustainability and Equity grant. That's one grant that we can apply for. There's Office of Innovative Mobility, so that includes, in addition to mobility technology, but also mobility services, so we would fall under that. And I do have contact information for maybe a grants program manager, but in terms of these are small grants, but they're still pretty, for us, it's pretty significant, the amount of money that we could probably get from, CDOT and from the federal government. That's basically what I think was relevant to the MCC. Yeah.
Great, thank you. Anybody have any comments about those grants?
Also, the Transportation Alternatives Program, it's a CDOT grant.
Great. Thank you.
Hi, Melissa.
Hey. Yeah, hi, Paul. You want to go ahead and say some?
I'm sorry, I just had issues trying to turn my mic on. There's not really a whole lot new here at the Independence Center. So I don't really have any updates exactly at this moment in time.
This isn't really directed at transportation, but Silver Key, we're building a 50-bed apartment building, and it will be, we hope, the third week of October, we'll start moving people in. So our goal is to have all 50 apartments. There's 48 single bedrooms and two bedroom. So it's 62 and older, and we want to have all of them leased by December 31st. Right now, you can just contact Silver Key at 719-8, what's our, for 2,300. And ask, and we can put their names, they can call and put their name on the interest list. We have a property manager already on site taking interviews and deposits. They can't see the apartments yet because they won't let us into the apartments until we have approval from the city, all of those things. So it's going really well. They're really nice apartments, and the grounds are going to be beautiful, and they'll have access to all of our services right there on the campus. It's right next to us. So we have also 13 of the apartments are for homeless vets. So that will be coordinated through the Independence Center and the VA. The VA, and they just told us yesterday they have 13 that are interested. So hopefully that works out, because we thought that would be the hardest group to lease up quickly. And it's over, the holidays. So that should be a nice challenge, an opportunity for us to shine. So we are hoping to help. And they're all low income. So they'll be for vouchers and different things. So yeah, it's our first department of many. Well, it's actually our second. Thank you.
Congratulations. That's super exciting. Yay! All right. Anyone else have things that they'd like to share out with the group? No? Okay. All right. Well, then we will move on to number 9, items for the next meeting. So I will just put out there that the driver appreciation celebration extravaganza amazingness is coming up, and so just wanted to put that out there that we'll probably begin that discussion so that we can make sure that everything is coordinated, we know who's bringing all the goodies, and we make sure that that is done to the caliber that we are used to, because it's an amazing event. And then I suspect we will also be having conversations about bylaws potentially. I'm seeing some head nods. Everybody's favorite conversation. We'll try to make it exciting. I know bylaws aren't always exciting. We'll do our best. Maybe we'll have some puppets or something. We'll do some animation. And then also talking about officers for the coming year. Anything else?
It would be interesting if the bylaw conversation overlaps with the long-range planning work that's, I think, for the most part, coming to a close. I don't know if I could ask Jacob to give an update on where both of those plans are at.
So sure, yeah. I'll start with the long-range transportation plan we call the regional transit plan. That is going through its second round of edits right now. I'm happy to say I literally sent those out to the consultant yesterday. Not huge changes there, so a lot of stuff we presented and discussed in the past. Still within that planning effort, so fingers crossed that one's coming to a close here very, very soon. It will go through a public process here. We're looking to buddy up with, we being Mountain Metro, looking to buddy up with PPACG when it comes to the public outreach and comment period. So we're looking to put that, package it along with the long-range transportation plan, which is encompassing all these different other plans for the region on transportation throughout the region. So we're looking to buddy up on that and do a public comment period simultaneous with the regional transit plan, as well as the along with the LRTP. And then for the specialized plan, that is also the second set round of edits have been provided to the consultant on that. That was given a little while ago. I have not seen the results of that, but I'm hoping that also was the last round. And much like the regional transit plan, we're looking to send that through public comment period along with the overarching LRTP plan. So that's kind of where those stand right now. So it's kind of a standby, and once those go out for review, we'll definitely let you all know.
Wonderful. Thank you for that. Anything else for the next meeting? Okay. All right. Well, I think we can wrap it up. It was short but sweet. I know everybody's excited to get to all the amazing goodies that we have. For those of you in our virtual space, I wish there was a way that we could DoorDash the items to you, but I don't know if that's necessarily in our budget. So I will just say thank you so much for your time this morning, and we look forward to seeing everyone next month. And the meeting is adjourned at 9:55. Thank you.